What happens when you finally make the decision to go all in? What happens when you finally make the decision to actually lean all the way into everything you've ever wanted and to stop playing small? You see, I asked you this because right now, as you're listening to this, whether you're driving, going for a walk, running, working out, or whatever you are doing, there is something in the back of your mind that is just this burning passion that you've been wanting to do, that business that you want to start, that book that you've been wanting to write, that job that you've been wanting to put in for, that promotion, that relationship, that project, that podcast. What happens when you stop coming up with all these excuses, which you believe are reasons of why you can't do it right now? What happens? I'll tell you what happens. You actually realize that there is no valid reason of why you can't do it now. There's never going to be a better time. Things are not going to clear up for you. You're not going to all of a sudden come into this huge sum of money that all of a sudden now you can put it towards your business. Life is not going to get easier for you. Life will continue to get harder and harder because you're not actively participating in it. You are allowing life to be in the driver's seat of what your story is. And that is no way to live. So what happens when you do finally decide, I'm going to start working out, I'm going to start my book, I'm going to launch my business, start recording my podcast, start eating healthier, get out of this relationship, end a friendship, get the promotion? You are giving yourself permission to stop being the smallest version of yourself. You see, we trick ourselves into thinking that the reason we can't do X, Y, or Z is because of this, that, and the other. But this, that, and the other are the reasons why you have to tackle X, Y, or Z. So if you keep telling yourself, like, I can't go to the gym because I don't have enough time and I want to be in a better place before I start working out, you have it backwards. You are going to be in a better place once you start working out. If you tell yourself that, well, right now is not the time to launch my business because I'm just so overwhelmed at work, and you know what, maybe when things get a little bit less busy at work, then I can start my business. Well, what if you started your business and you could quit your job? What if you started your business and you didn't have to show up anymore at that job that you hate and that you're miserable at? Like, what if? Let's find out. Let's find out. So right now, I want you to really think about what is it in the back of your mind? Like, identify it. What's that thing that you've wanted to do? And then start thinking about the reasons why you can't. And then think about the evidence behind each of these reasons. Is there any? If there is no evidence, it is not true. I can't write my book right now because I just don't have time. Is that true? Because I promise you, if you go to your phone and open up your settings and you go to your screen time, you're going to find that you spend 3 hours on social media a freaking day. I can't meal plan right now or eat healthy because I have 3 kids that I have to feed. Is that true? Or do you have to start eating healthy so you don't pass off the bad eating habits that you have and the obesity issues to your kids and start being the example that you want to be to them? I can't get promoted at work because life is unfair. Is that true? Or do you just have an attitude problem at work that you haven't addressed, and therefore you're not going to be promoted because people don't like you? Everything that we tell ourselves will become reality. Everything. Manifestation, baby. However, this applies to the negatives and the positives. It's not just about waking up in the morning and telling yourself that today is going to be the best day ever. It's about making sure that in the back of your mind, you're not repeating the negativity mantra that you've built into yourself of, oh my God, this is miserable. Because guess what? It will be miserable. And it's not going to get better until you will it into existence by leaning all the way in, by showing up early with the best attitude, by getting the experience that you need to get promoted at work, by creating time in your schedule to meal prep with your family and teaching them the value of healthy food, by using that gym membership that you've been paying for over a year and a half now, and you've been there, 3 or 4 times in the past 5 months? Nothing is out of reach. It just feels that way because you refuse to extend your hands. Nothing is impossible. It just feels that way because you refuse to believe that you can. You see, the difference between you and people that are succeeding in life is that they were willing to step out of their comfort zone. They were willing to understand that that reality that they were painting for themselves wasn't real. It was a figment of their imagination. And that is freaking beautiful. And you know why? Because that means that you have it in you. You have all the power. Nobody controls you. Nobody can do anything to you. And guess what? Maybe stuff happens to you, and maybe it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. The woe is me mindset, the victim mentality of, oh, well, life is unfair and I can't catch a break. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to associate with it. I don't want that anywhere near me. If you are a negative Nelly and you just love to complain and bitch and just moan about how life is unfair, life is going to continue to be unfair towards you because you are the reason why this is happening. Because you keep believing that things are happening to you and that it's unfair and you're the victim. Therefore, you don't actively do anything about it. You don't change your attitude, your skill level, your ambitions. Because why would you if life is unfair? You won't. So stop telling yourself that it's not your fault. Stop telling yourself that, oh, it's because I'm this or that. Pay attention. Is there evidence that says this? Or do you actually have to make a change in your life? Are you actually an asshole? Because if you are, and you own it, that means you can do something about it. Trust me, I speak from experience. I speak from being the person that people didn't want to talk to. And I wore that as a badge of honor. I told myself, well, it's because I'm too good. It's because everybody is jealous of me. It's because I am the best freaking one around here. And there was no truth to that. But because I thought this, because I treated people a certain way, I wasn't given the opportunities that were there for me to take until I started changing how I treated people, how I treated myself, how I spoke to people, how I was willing to go out of my way to make connections with people. You see, networking and rubbing elbows with the right people and being charismatic towards your colleagues, your friends, your peers, it's not ass kissing. It's not. That's what people say when they don't want to do the work that is required for them to be in a better position. It's called positioning yourself in the best way possible to create the life that you want for yourself. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. So again, I ask you, that thing that you've wanted to do for a while that you keep putting off, whether it's joining the gym, starting to eat healthy, getting a promotion at work, going back to college, whatever it is, lay it out. Make a plan, but do not get stuck in the planning process. The planning trap is very real. All that I want you to do is to have enough information to take action on. That is all that it takes. And once you start, guess what? There is no going back. You've taken action. You can do this, and you will start to build the evidence that you can do this. Because if you told yourself for the longest, like, I can't go to the gym, I'm too busy. But you take time, and on Sunday, you plan out your entire week, and you look at your calendar, and you use it as a map, and you look at it, and you see that on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, before work, you have 2 hours because you're going to wake up early because on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, you're going to go to bed on time. And you have time on your Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you put into your calendar training time, and you add the address to your gym, and you set it to repeat every single week. And then you wake up on Monday, and you go on autopilot, and you go ahead and head straight to the gym because the night before you packed all your gym clothes and all the stuff that you needed because you planned appropriately, just enough. And then you get to the gym, and then you follow the workouts that you have in there because you hired a coach. Maybe it's me. And it's all right there, simple for you to follow. And then you do the workout, and you feel amazing afterwards because serotonin or a bunch of chemicals are released into the body, and you just feel amazing. You can't say that you're not the type of person to work out anymore. You can't say that you can't go to the gym consistently because now, guess what? When Wednesday rolls around, you remember how good it feels to do what you did on Monday, and you repeat the action. And you have a little bit of consistency built in. And then before you know it, Friday rolls around. And believe it or not, you are actually going to see results by Friday. Now, you're not going to lose the 3 or 4 pounds that you've been wanting to lose, but guess what? Maybe you get a little bit stronger. Maybe your energy levels are shifting. Maybe you're waking up with a smile on your face and you're getting up out of bed instead of snoozing for 3 or 4 times. All of a sudden, you are meal prepping on Saturday because why? Well, why not? I'm working out. I should meal prep as well. And it's on your calendar, and then you set it to repeat, and you have the ingredient list, and you have the grocery list, and the shopping list, and the video of how to make it because maybe you hired an awesome coach. Maybe it's me. And you meal prep. And you meal prep, and you post your wins in the community that you're part of, and you feel inspired. And then the next week, guess what is going to happen? You know that M word that everybody is scared of and people don't like to use because they say that, well, it's not real. Here's the thing. In my opinion, discipline is hard. You might be like, well, no, discipline is what you need. But discipline doesn't come naturally to people who are struggling. The word that I like to use, the word that I want people to start at is devotion. Devotion. Because they are devoted to change. They are so unhappy with their current situation that they are devoted to making a freaking change in their lives. And they will not quit. They will not stop until they accomplish everything and anything they've ever wanted. And if you are devoted, not just interested, but devoted, you will hit your workouts on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Again, you did your meal prep last week. Boom. And guess what? That M word starts to creep in, that motivation. Because now you do feel motivated. Because why? 2 things. Consistent results. consistent results will give you the motivation that you need because you see that it's working. Delayed gratification is one of the most beautiful things that you can learn as a skill. But you actually don't have to wait as long as you think to have that gratification. You can have a very quick feedback loop that you do the workout, you feel better afterwards, you have a better day, you eat better meals, you go to bed on time, you wake up, you feel better, you do the workout, bam, 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 bam. And now you have the feedback loop. You have learned that doing the thing that you have been putting off is actually the thing that is creating a change in trajectory in your life. And that's what you should be aiming for. That is it. It's about winning. It's not about feeling sorry for yourself. It's not about coming up with reasons of why right now is not the time and money is tight and this and that. It's like, come on. Come on. We spend so much time on crap we don't need, yet we are not willing to invest in our own health and self. Because believe it or not, by you investing in your health and self, maybe your wealth will start to triple. Because maybe you'll realize that, you know what, I'm spending all this money on crap food and I can limit that. Maybe you'll launch your little side business, and because you have a better attitude, because your energy is in a better place and you're showing up for yourself, you launch that business and your wealth starts to triple. And as your wealth and your health and your self gets better, the byproduct of that is that you will have better relationships with the people that you want. Don't keep people around that you don't want to be around, but actively work on the relationships that matter to you. And again, you guys are here. You've been hearing the podcast. You've been listening to the videos. Maybe you follow me on social media. Maybe you've thought about my coaching program. I'm not here to sell you on that. I'm here to tell you that anything that you want to do is doable. Just come up with a plan. Do not overthink it. Just take action. That's it. All it takes is all you got. It's already inside of you. It's already inside of you. You just have to be willing to not convince yourself, but truly change your perspective and the fact that you deserve this because you're going to work for it. Nobody deserves anything. If you deserved it, you would have it. You're going to work for it. And the work is hard, as it should be. Because if it's hard to do, other people won't, which means you are a rare breed. And if you want to do rare things, then you're going to have to do rare things. If you want to be different, if you want to be undeniable, if you want to be the very best version of what you can be, you're going to have to do things differently. You're going to have to go to bed on time. You're going to have to wake up on time. You're going to have to go to the gym, do your workouts, eat the right foods, say no to the people that you don't want in your life, burn bridges the right way, and stop letting things and people influence you that don't matter, because they don't. So I'm challenging you. I am challenging you. This is a call to action. I want you to go onto my Instagram, find me, or on my TikTok, and I want you to post a comment telling me what your next big adventure, your big challenge, your big endeavor, the next big thing that you are going to finally take action on. Tell me what it is, and then tell me what your next steps are. I don't need all of them, but you need to know what your next steps are. And the reason why I want you to do this isn't for me, it's for you. I want you to memorialize it. I want you to put pen to paper. I want you to write it out. I want you to hold yourself accountable, because there is power in that. When you are just interested in change, when you think that you want to do it, but you just don't know or you're not sure, all you're doing is losing faith in yourself. You are losing faith in yourself, because if you told yourself last week that this is the week I get my shit in order, this is the week I finally start working out, this is the week that I stop drinking every night, this is the week that I give up cigarettes, but yet you don't, You have just lost faith in yourself. And when you lose faith in yourself because you don't keep your own promises to yourself, that is when it's scary. That is when fear takes over. You are only going to have fear or be afraid of the future if you don't have faith in yourself. Because if you have something coming your way and you're trying to take on a new challenge, but you trust that you will fucking show up and you will do the work and you will not quit and you will do what is required of you, you're not leaving anything to chance. It's going to happen. But if you have no faith because you continue to violate your own trust, it's going to be scary. Don't give fear any power. Have integrity. Have integrity to yourself. Thank you for your time.